Have a narration of what I did in DC.
Just because I vlogged like some of it, but then not enough for it to make sense. But I still wanted to get this out for you guys because, I don't know, a lot of you guys wanted to see like what I did in DC. So, the first things first is what I did before I even went to the airport. Hey everyone, welcome back. So today I go to Washington DC, but before I go to Washington DC, I actually have an interview for a second job over the summer. I'm gonna try to keep the light over here because it's raining and it's dark and I couldn't wear what I wanted to wear to the interview, but with how I am dressed is kind of like the uniform that the people wear because it is a uniform place. Except with, you know, pops of color and a little bit more me. So that's my excuse. I'm gonna be like, yeah, so just so you know, like, I look like I fit in. I don't want to share where I'm interviewing yet until I hear back whether, you know, they want me, they don't want me. I'm really nervous. And then right after the interview, I have to go to the airport. Because again, I go to DC right after that. So hopefully it all works out for the long run. So I still haven't heard back yet from the company that I was interviewing with. I'm supposed to hear back sometime this week while I'm filming it. Supposedly, they said they were gonna let me know for sure whether I got the job or not. It's been 2 weeks now since that happened, so still haven't heard back. I also didn't film like the airport scene because I'm by myself and that's really awkward. That I was staying with, her name is Sophia. She was babysitting a dog and that's where we're gonna start off with. This is a menace. Sit. Lefty, sit. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. That's so weird and bizarre. We also went to an art museum. That is when I told my best friend Sophia that I made a little bit of YouTube videos and we were just catching up like stuff while we were walking around like the art museum. It does look like a penis.
Yeah, but it also is like a knife. Like what?
Imagine. That must hurt being the woman.
It must hurt so bad.
That reminds me of Ted Bundy.
Oh, interesting.
Have you seen the movie?
No, I haven't, but I've heard it's good. Have you seen the new one with the Zac Efron in it?
Yeah, I just saw it actually.
Ooh, what do you think of it?
It's interesting because it's like from a different point of view.
Interesting.
And I didn't film my part, but we went to the Yoko Ono tree, and if you don't know what the Yoko Ono tree is, like when you tie your wishes to the tree and you're supposed to whisper to it. Unfortunately, they only do that like certain seasons, and we weren't in the season to do that. I didn't include my wish because my wish was just to be happy and to be stress-free in the upcoming periods of my life, which is college related and figuring out how to pay college. So I was just like, that's kind of pretty like happy and stress-free. But I am gonna include my best friends because I feel like that's a little bit more deep, and so when she looks back at this, hopefully she can make her wish come true.
I think I wish to be independent and understand myself better and not look to boys to be okay, probably. And I would wish for the people in my life who have hurt me to prosper and learn in their own capacity so that they probably don't do that to other people, and I would like to do the same. I would like to learn how not to squash people because I don't know how to carry myself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's a really good wish.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I'm so happy I have it on camera.
Oh no.
After that art museum that had like the monuments and the trees, we went to a different museum.
Nice.
That's a lot of carrots.
Guys playing music in the middle of the street.
big blue ones. I love them. Oh my goodness. Yeah, everywhere.
Oh, my nose. I'm about to sneeze.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh no.
So pretty.
So
Pretty.
I bet that was super cute. Look, there's one right there.
This is what's happening right now. We have a whole bottle of rosé. And we have to drink it all. Hi, best friend.
Hi, best friend.
Cheers! It is the next day then, and we went to Georgetown where we had horrible, horrible, horrible seafood. I expected seafood to be better because they have, I mean, I guess DC is like landlocked in a way, but it has a lake, so I expected it to be better. I don't know why, but yeah, you can definitely see from the clips of our like dismay with the food. It is day 2, going to the Spy Museum, and this is what I'm wearing today. It's very casual since a lot of walking around today. And we're gonna go to Georgetown, which is like a really preppy area. So a little preppy, a little casual. These shoes are super comfortable. I walked all over London in them, so I think walking around DC is fine. I'm so bloated from yesterday because we had so much to drink. We're going out tonight, so gotta be sucking it in all day. You look so pained. Well, it's really pretty. What happened to Kimmy and her friends? I didn't even notice that they left.
I think they're on the boat.
Oh. Hey, Kimmy. This is a really sad, like, tortilla, though. I expected better. Rubio's does better than this.
Rubio's.
I'm just very disappointed. It should.
Haha, I got it. How's your life going?
I can't eat this. That's too much appetizer.
You're really not having life right now.
I feel like I'm about to give birth to a calamari baby.
Will it be a cute baby? What will you name it?
No, it has like 7 to 10 tentacles.
Solid. Will Joshy be the father? Unfortunately.
I don't even... Like, it just looks like fake shrimp. It's very sad looking. I've never seen shrimp this big.
Put it in your mouth.
It's not good.
Not good? How do you zoom in on this?
So now it is Sunday morning, and let me just tell you, Saturday night was interesting. So I'm going to tell you the little story about what happened Saturday night, and then the last 2 kind of days in DC, which was Sunday and Monday, were very lazy. I left on Monday, but yes. So Saturday night, it was a night of full moon. And you know, bad things happen, or things happen when it's a full moon. That's just like the superstition behind it. And my best friend, her roommate, and I decided to go out for girls' night, and we go to this club. It's called Decades. If you're ever in DC, it's super fun. Each level is a different like genre of music, so this will be different time periods. We stayed mostly in the 2000s or like late 90s because that was so much fun. Like, they were playing Friends and like the Friends song and a bunch of like classic songs. So we're dancing, it's the three of us. And if you're a girl and you go to the club and you're dancing, I know sometimes you've at least had the experience where a guy comes up to you and like starts dancing with you. So that's what happened to me. Like I was dancing and then this guy comes up and he's like,
hey, you move really nice, like girl, you got nice moves, blah blah blah.
and then it's just like a couple drinks in and I'm like,
Oh my god, thanks! You have nice moves too.
and so he comes and he starts dancing with the three of us. And so then I look behind him and I see that his two guy friends are just like awkwardly holding their drink, awkwardly dancing, and I felt bad. So I was like,
Oh, like come and join us.
and it happened to be 3 and 3. I'm in a relationship. My best friend is like in a weird situation. Let's just say her roommate had just recently broken up with her boyfriend. So it's 3 and 3, and the guys are very awkward. And usually when I'm, even like in general, but like usually when I'm drinking I'm a little more like outgoing. So I sat there
They're just like clutching their drink and just like, and
They're all like, yeah, dance, dance, dance.
so I go up to them and I'm shaking them by the shoulders like
Loosen up, shake a little, shimmy, shimmy, like
blah blah blah. Me being a dancer, of course, wanting everyone to like not be awkward. So we danced for a couple more songs and we went our separate ways. They had a seating area outside to cool off, so we went there and we were just sitting there, and then one of the guys from the group came up and he sat next to me and like he introduced himself and like we started talking. So then his guy friends took the opportunity to like sit down with my other friend, so it was like paired off and we just got to know each other. Like there was no like hitting on vibe or anything. So by the end of that little portion, they were like, oh, do you guys want to come to Korean barbecue with us? And I don't know why we thought it was a good idea, but we're like, yeah, like why not? Let's go to Korean barbecue with these 3 guys that we just met at the club. And so one of their guy friends wasn't drinking, or he was supposed to be like designated driver. So he had a car and he was driving, and I would never do this ever. So I don't know like what happened. That it's just the 3 of us just got into his car with the other 3 guys and we drove to K barbecue. And it's like, that could have ended in so many different ways. It's just like, oh, we just got in a car with 3 strangers that we just randomly met. So we're in the car. It is a 5-person car and it was 6 of us. So I had somebody like sitting on top of my legs, and the guys were really nice. They were just like, oh, like what song do you guys want to play? And me recently going to the Ariana concert, I was like,
let's play Ariana, let's play her.
all of us are jamming out to Ariana Grande and Katy Perry like while we're driving to K barbecue. And we didn't realize how much time like passed by until we got there. So we left the club, I want to say like maybe 2:15, 2:20, and by the time we got to the K barbecue place it was like 3:15, and the lady was like, oh, we close at 4. We realized we're not in DC anymore, like we just drove to Virginia for K barbecue. So it's like all of the girls are like, oh, let's go to the bathroom. And so we go to the bathroom and we're just like, what are we, like, we're in Virginia, like what are we doing with these guys? Like, how do we feel? Like, do we feel safe or threatened? And after like much discussion, we're like, well, so far everything's been really good. So we go out and the guys are sitting like in a triangle formation, and it's a round circle. So it's like triangle where like the girls also have to sit in a triangle. So it's like boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. After having like this interview, I have a bunch of questions I can ask, and like everyone was chatting, like we were getting to know each other. And I'm sure like for them it's like, oh, like these random girls. Well, that's what like we're thinking. So we have Korean barbecue and they were really nice. They ended up paying for our dinners, like they paid for all of us, which was super nice of them. And then they were gonna drive us back to DC. And so as we're on our way back to DC and like they have the address to drop us off, my great idea was like,
Let's go night monumenting, because
it's been too hot to actually go like walk around and see the monuments. And everyone agrees, like, yeah, let's go night monumenting. Like, why not? Let's go see the monuments at night. Well, we're like still kind of like buzzed off our drinks and like not hungry, and it's not cold or anything. So we go and we go to Abe Lincoln and we sing, and we're all singing and it's empty, so like the acoustics are like everywhere. The sprinklers were going off somewhere, so like we all like ran through, And by that time, it was already 5 in the morning, and somebody says like,
oh, sunrise is in like 40 minutes. Why don't we just watch the sunrise?
And everyone's like, yeah, sure, like, why not? And we're just sitting like on the steps of Lincoln, just watching, like, waiting for the sun. And we're all like in our club wear. We are soaking wet and we're just shivering, and like our makeup is like not the best. And then you have people like coming up, bundled up with a cup of coffee, like waiting to see the sunrise, and then there's us. And that was such a bizarre night. And then after that, they just took us home. Only one of us got their number just for the pictures of the night. I want to show you guys some of the pictures so you guys know that we're not lying. Or that I'm not lying about the situation. But it's like that night could have ended in so many ways, like so many dangerous ways, especially now like what you hear. And it was like so out of like my character and my friend's character to do something like that. And we're just gonna blame it on the full moon. There's a picture of us like outside of the club that the guys took for us. Super cute. This is a picture of all of us, and like we never like spoke to them really again. Like we all follow each other on Instagram, but yeah, that is a picture of us at Abe Lincoln. Yeah, so like with 3 total strangers that we just met. And oh, so this is like just like a night that you're always gonna remember. Like that is my favorite memory of DC. That probably can never be recreated ever again. It's just like one of those things that it was at the right time, at the right place, with the right people, and it was a full moon. So there is that. So Sunday and Monday we went to a hotel. It was really hot and we wanted to swim, so we stayed at one of the hotels that I like, the brand that I work at. We just stayed at the hotel in DC. And that's basically it. Like we're kind of lazy until I had to leave. And then we got on a train to go to Baltimore because that's where I flew out of, because it's cheaper. Even though it is a little bit longer, it's like a 40-minute drive to like get to DC, or like where we were. But we took a train and we were very tired from swimming and lounging and Saturday. But that is basically my trip to DC. I hope you guys didn't mind this like little like story time plus clips, just because I'm a very like live in the moment type of person, so sometimes it's not like, oh wait, this is a perfect like vlogs thing. So just to fill in the little pots and holes, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.